mile. So I'd be looking to try and board out all my swords. Garruk Primal Hunter is certainly pretty terrible too. 5-mana spell.
Yeah.
Not really what you're looking for.
And even relatively low impact.
Right.
Contextually for a 5-mana spell.
I don't think Yurien has enough cards to actually board out all of those in his sideboard. He's certainly not going to board in. I mean, maybe he could board in 2 Arc Trails just to be able to kill Delvers more efficiently, more effectively, and potentially take out a Snapcaster along the way.
And presumably the Timely Reinforcements is going to be in his
coming
in
true.
the post-board games.
The fact that you do know that your opponent has Timely makes Arc Trail more attractive.
So we're underway here, a Seachrome Coast and a Delver.
Brian Page with his first place finish in the Swiss, getting to play first. Delver does not flip right away. It's pretty interesting that just how much games can be changed by whether that very first card is what you need. We saw Adam Prozac yesterday. If his Delver had flipped right away, he would have had exactly the damage he needed to win. But it flipped the next turn, and he was a little bit short. Runeshadow's Pike coming down. Page, knowing that there's not anything that's like super scary that Yurien can cast this turn, not really needing to hold up mana leak. Stronggeist comes in for 2, dropping Page to 18, and Galv Blast takes out that Delver before it has a chance to flip.
So very good second turn for Seyssel.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely like just using the Galv Blast right away. Sometimes you see people wait to see, does it ever flip? And
then mana leak gets revealed.
Right, yeah, it's like, or even just like Vapor Snag. So you don't want to give them the options. And Brian doesn't have it, but some decks have Mutagenic Growth, and if you get Mutagenic Growth on their turn, you get hit for the extra 2.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 copy of Mutagenic Growth I saw floating around in a lot of Delver lists in Salt Lake.
So you see people. You see people wanted to, feel clever because they're waiting till the last minute. They're like, I'm going to wait until your turn to cast my removal spell. It's like, no.
Now you take 5.
So Yurien, Green Sun Zeniths for a Strongroot Geist here. And it looks like he's probably just going to ship both of them.
Yeah. It's just too bad to hold back against Delver because there's too many.
And also there's just the Pike on the other side of the board.
Yep.
He's trading 4 for 6 here, but he doesn't really have a better option.
Also, he'll have the birds that can help mitigate a lot of...
The birds do a lot to sort of swing the damage race just by chump blocking.
Yeah.
And Thought Scour, that can also swing the damage race by revealing 1 spell.
Only one instant.
It puts 2 into the yard, including itself.
Yeah.
And Pike, that's 8 damage. Boom. So Yurien dropping to 11 life if he doesn't block. Looks like he has Wolf Run and a Green Zenith. So next turn he should not block because next turn he can go get Slime.
Yep.
Oh, he doesn't have Slime in his main deck. He can't get Slime.
What can he go get?
Slime's in his sideboard. He can go
get Huntmaster.
Huntmaster's
or something. Yeah.
Huntmaster's the biggest deal here, I think. So I don't think he should block anyway. Just because if Brian Say has Gut Shot, he can keep him off of being able to Green Sun for a Huntmaster next turn.
Do you think if he has Gut Shot that he would just Gut Shot before blocks?
Maybe.
It would be like a pretty high level deception to want him to...
Right. So Yurien drops to 15. I mean, he's gonna have the opportunity to potentially jump back at that bird next turn.
Right.
So,
I mean, I'm assuming he's just going Zenith.
Yeah. I mean, he'd be 11 life. It's not, and he'd have 2 additional creatures in play, both of which can block that Geist, which is the real threat here. So, and Green Sun for the Huntmaster. I like keeping the Wolf Run in his hand, not giving Brian the information that the Wolf Run that could potentially significantly swing the math.
Yeah, the only possible argument is you want to do that now, so if you draw a Copperline Gorge, you can play your Gorge at a spot where you want the mana the following turn off your forest, which is like so many...
Well, he drew a land that comes into play untap this turn.
No, I'm saying if he drew Gorge off the top, and he wants his mana 2 turns from now, it's like it's so narrow, yeah.
But I mean, this is not going. This is a game that's not going to go that long.
Right.
So, Yurien debating whether he wants to block this turn.
No, he does not.
All right. Ooh, there's another pike in Brian Page's hand.
Can you see the other card?
I cannot.
So I think Seyssel just drew a Huntmaster. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's a pretty good card. Yeah, he has the mana to... He does not have the mana to pay for mana leak.
Right, so now the debate here is if he's going to just jam Wolf Run or play his guy into a potential leak.
Yeah.
And there's a leak in Page's graveyard from that Thought Scour, so
right.
Snapcaster also is...
Oh, yeah, that's true. Slightly less chance he has a natural leak, but... I mean, I think you attack first regardless, because he has Snapcaster, he's going to want to block.
Yeah.
I think you just send... I mean, there's also the fact that flipping can potentially... Flipping his Huntmaster can potentially be lethal as well. So if Brian Page doesn't have an instant...
So yeah, the first order of business is just attacking and seeing where Page is at. Yeah.
Because...
Just pick up some information this way.
Yeah, you get some information, because if Page blocks, that means that he's afraid of potentially dying to Huntmaster. And I mean, he's potentially just dead anyway. There's the Snapcaster. So Snapcastering on Snag, or not Snag, sorry, Scour. Scours himself. Draws. Did he draw? Was that Snag he drew?
I think he might have drawn Snag.
Oh dear. All right. So you don't want to use the
yeah, because you're not even you're not even presenting lethal at this point.
Right. I think you just, and I don't think Page maybe wants to block, because he's at least preventing some amount of damage, and he's hoping to just win with that Huntmaster, or rather with that Geist. So Huntmaster dies. 6 damage hits Brian, putting him to 4 life. Yurien at 9 will cast his Huntmaster.
Not a shabby draw.
Yeah, not too bad at all. And now Brian has a pike in his hand, but he doesn't have any way to get his creatures through.
Well, he has to flip Delver and then snag the bird, right? But he's still way short of killing him.
Yeah, he just doesn't have enough. Snags the bird. That puts Yurien to 10 life. So
he needs Thought Scour. He needs to reveal Thought Scour here.
Well, actually, no, because the angel will hit. So does Snag do it? So he can equip. But he didn't flip anyway. So
his hand is 2 pikes now.
There's 1 pike. Did he draw a pike? There's already a pike before.
Yeah.
It was not a spell. It looks like it is just. It's moving it pretty fast. All right, no attacks. That means Huntmaster flips. No spells as well. So we're gonna eat that. And Brian Page is very dead. All right, there it is.
Yep.
He agrees with me. So game 1 goes to Yurien.
Pretty intense damage race there.
Yeah, I mean we saw a lot of swings there between the damage that a piked up Geist can do versus the sort of board dominance of a Huntmaster, and the second Huntmaster really sealed that game.
So we have a quick rules question from someone posting on Twitter here. Can you blast a Delver at the end of the upkeep after it flips? The answer is yes. Mm-hmm. Delver flips after it triggers, and then both players again will have priority inside the upkeep.
Right. Yeah.
The point is that more often than not, you actually just shouldn't be doing that, because letting your opponent untap with mana just widens the range of horrible things that can happen to you by winning.
Sometimes you do want to do that based on context, because sometimes gaining information from the card that they flip their Delver with can be valuable, but it's often outweighed by the fact that your opponent can then mana leak your removal spell and leave you facing the business end of the Delver.
So we have yet another trivia question here. This prize is the premium subscription is also a big prize. This is a big one as well. A little bit different. This is for a Gen Con badge, which
awesome.
For those of you who don't know, it's a gaming convention held. I believe it's in July.
It's August.
Early August in Indianapolis. Indianapolis is an awesome city, also. If
it's a great convention city. Very cool.
It's the best 4 days in gaming, so they claim. I believe it's probably true.
I believe them.
It's probably true.
Actually, this year as well, we'll play host to the Magic World Cup.
Yes.
So as a Magic player, you get a chance to watch the what is now the Team World Championships portion of.
And also they have Vintage Champs, Legacy Champs. There's a million events.
Tons of great Magic events.
And if you're into
both play and spectate,
tabletop gaming, if you LARP or whatever, there's a whole range of things to do there. So the trivia question that we have for you is, what are the 2 new Planeswalkers that have thus far been spoiled in Avacyn Restored?
2 of them, both of them.
There are 2.
Full names.
One's red, one's blue.
I don't actually know the full names.
Nor do I. So we're going to have someone fact check all the answers. Don't worry. It's not going to be us determining who's the winner. Yeah, don't worry about it.
I think I know it, actually.
I know one. I know the first name
I
of
know
one.
both of them, actually. I think I know the full names of both of them, now that I think about it.
So, yeah. We would be unable to win this contest.
Yeah.
So, post at SCG Premium, I guess. Is that
Hashtag SCG Premium.
I'm getting my feet wet a little bit. Yeah. Dipping my toes in the water with Twitter. Starting to figure it out.
Learn it bit by bit, All right, so we're back for game 2 of the finals here. Yurien Seyssel on your right of the screen with red-green aggro took game 1. Brian Page on the left playing blue-white Delver is down a game. For those of you who are just joining us, this is the StarCityGames.com Standard Open Finals. I am Brian Kibler. I am joined by Patrick Sullivan. And we are off to the races. Looks like both players are good with their hands. Brian Page opens with Gataxian Probes, so we'll all get to see what's going on. Looks like...
Not bad.
That's a good hand. A Llanowar Elf, 2 copies of Copperline Gorge, Sword of War and Peace, Green Sun Zenith Forest, and Throne Dog Millionaire.
Yeah.
The last troll. Brian Page giving us a little bit less info, being a little cagey about his hand, but has a Ponder, which we'll get to take a look at.
Shows a Gut Shot, an Oblivion Ring, and a Dungeon Geist.
I don't see how many... he's got a shuffle. It looks like he only had 1 land in his hand.
Oh, okay.
If any land.
I was going to say, those are top 3 are pretty exciting when your opponent is red-green and they're playing Elf on turn 1, so there's got to be some mana.
He's got to... looks like
officially reveal the mana league.
Revealed in the shuffle. Both players know each other's deck lists, so that sort of thing isn't a huge deal, but it's still important to be careful when you're shuffling either your own deck or your opponent's.
Now he knows that my Delver deck is playing at least 1 mana leak.
Didn't board him out.
Didn't know that before. And Seyssel's just on a Huntmaster, so drawing more hits.
TRGR. Hashtag the rich get richer. And Gutshot takes that out, so Brian Page already ready for that eventuality. And plays... Oh, it looks like Euro got a warning there for looking at extra cards, for revealing that card. So he's going to go for the Green Sun Zenith here. It's important for Brian Page to stop that, because if he does not, that means Uriel is able to cast Thrun next turn, and Thrun cannot be stopped by that mana leak. Looks like Brian Page is sitting back on a mana leak anyway. This is the sort of interaction that does not go well for the Delver deck. Thrun is red-white sword, and that's not a spell you want to have to mana leak. That's a spell you want to be able to just deal with by
tempoing out,
being able to
bob and weave.
Basically, use your vapor snags and such. Brian Page sitting back with just lands, and he is getting Thrun.
Yeah. Thrun on an empty board.
Yeah.
Not a great place to be. Well, it appears he's a strong Geist Saint
Geist Saint Draft. That races Thrun, though Brian Page is at 16 life from his.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and he is out of mana leaks, and Thrun is.
He has a Snapcaster in hand, but he let his guard down momentarily.
Yeah,
to get Geist Saint Draft online.
He couldn't just sit back and wait. And Thrun's sword is.
This is tough to get out of.
Yeah.
He has, a Delver on chump blocking duty. A Snapcaster on chump blocking duty from here.
Well, there's a Wolf Run in play on the other side of the board.
Oh,
too.
jeez.
So Thrun's sword alone, Thrun Wolf Run alone, either of those, Thrun with anything, Thrun alone, like it's tough to get out of sometimes.
Yeah.
But here Yurien, at a monumental 22 life, Brian Page down to only 8. So this may be a swift finals.
Yeah.
And looks to draw step. Thought Scour.
Yep. Armadillo, Cloak of Patrol, Stevie.
Yeah.
It's honest. Honest. Yep.
There we have it.
There's a concession.
Brian Page extends the hand. Yurien Seyssel is your StarCityGames.com standard Phoenix
Being mobbed.
Open champion. On the back of an honest man doing
two very fast games. The first game extremely close.
Yeah, and this game not so much. Thrun doing what Thrun does against blue decks that don't have their Phantasmal Image at the ready.
Yep.
Actually, there's 2 copies of Image in Brian's deck.
Right.
So
we'll have Yurien over here momentarily.
Yeah, we'll have him come in the booth.